What's up? What's going on? Good morning. I'm excited because this message right here. Um, as you do marketing and sales, you learn stuff every day and you become different than who you were even a couple years ago. It's the way you see things. And like Jeff Bezos said, top leaders are okay with changing their minds, with with making changes and saying that there was something, that they used to stand on that they're willing to say, well, maybe that wasn't right. That's because leaders are always learning, and if you're always learning, your mind can change. It's okay. Many people get upset with people who change their mind because they go, "Wait, that's what you said. You should stick to it." But that's not always the case. If you're learning new information that you didn't have when you first came up with that, then you probably would reconsider it. So I want to talk about this today because this is pretty cool. You've been selling, you've been hot, you've been doing your thing, and now it seems like you can't find a yes. And you've gone on for 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and you have not found your yes. I want to give you a few tips that can help you. Now, you need to write these down, okay? And when you write stuff down, it hits your mind, it sits in your soul, and it'll come up when you're in the field, when you're trying to have success. So, number one, you probably lost your attitude. Yep. You have to understand about attitude. Attitude is something that you cannot just wake up in the morning and go, I'm just going to have a good day. I mean, you could try to speak it, but attitude, a great attitude is a practice. You have to practice to have a great attitude. You got to get up in the morning and listen to stuff that talks about how to keep a positive attitude, how to maintain a great attitude, how to stay in a good place. That's important. So I'm going to tell you, you started selling so well that what you did was forget to protect your attitude. You got to remember, there's a lot of mean people in the world, and everybody says no all the time. And you keep hearing a bunch of no's, and you're not studying how to have a great attitude. Those no's are going to eventually catch up with you. For every 100 no's you get, you should have seen at least 6 videos or read 6 articles on how to have a great attitude. Did you hear me? For every 100 no's that you get, you should have read or watched videos about attitude. You got to protect your attitude. It's impossible to stay in a good place because attitude is the number one thing. If we're not feeling good, if we're not loving what we're doing, if we're not having fun anymore, we're losing. All right? So check your attitude. See, are you practicing the muscle that keeps the attitude going? Number two, the reason why you're in a slump is because you're not hanging with people who are committed to the game. All right? You're not hanging with people who are committed to the game. You're thinking, okay, when I go to work to sell, to market, that's that time, but I want to hang out with my friends, the ones that are at the bottom of the mountain. Listen, if you want to have success in sales and marketing, you got to hang out with the people at the top of the mountain. Now, the people at the bottom of the mountain, they're fun to hang out with because they have those little ways about themselves. They do little things. You know what I'm saying? They're not committed to success, so they easily have fun, go do something, weird and fun that you used to enjoy. Because when you're working hard, sometimes you do miss fun stuff because it takes so much to be great. Being at the top of the mountain is not an easy thing. It's very rewarding, but it's not easy. So you're probably hanging with people at the bottom of the mountain. You can't hang with people at the bottom of the mountain and continue to be successful in this game. It's impossible, okay? You got to hang around people who have a psychology of success. A lot of people get caught in the external of success, but there is a psychology of success that's very, very important. Success is a way of thinking. It's habits that a person has formed. It's disciplines. It's things that they've convinced themselves to do. Right? You gotta remember that. Okay. So please understand that. And the next thing, you stop being a student. You stopped learning. Did you hear me on that? You're in a slump because you stopped being a student. You stopped learning. All right. I don't. Do I have to explain that? If I gave you a telephone number to a guy who was successful, and you didn't call that person to ask questions, you stop learning. You're going, what are you holding on to it for? Who goes into the forest without a map first? Only people who aren't learning. They just go into the forest, take a trail, and just explore. No, get the map so you know the forest. You got to be a student. You got to ask questions. You got to be the best student to be the best. And then, the last and not least, your work ethic has fallen off. Yes, it has. You're not working hard anymore. You didn't got lazy because after a while, you know, it gets redundant. Now, this is the best information I'm about to give you. And I learned this from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said something and it stuck with me. It's pretty awesome what he said. He said there are dabblers and then there are masterers, right? Dabblers and masterers. See, that's the level. First level is dabble, second level is master. Most people enjoy the dabble part, but they don't enjoy the master because when you dabble, you feel growth every day, right? When you first came into your job and you started learning, you felt the growth. You were in the dabbling stage, so you were excited because every day you saw that you were getting better. But then after a while, no matter how much you learn, you plateau. Everybody does it. It's a plateau. And when you plateau, the reason why we plateau is to separate the people from the bottom of the mountain and the top of the mountain. Listen to me on this. Plateau separates people who are at the bottom of the mountain from people at the top of the mountain. Because in order to get past the plateau, you got to start mastering. You have to work harder to get more change, to see more growth. You have to do more than what you were doing. So everything you've been doing is not enough. So you got to add something else. It's the only way you're going to go to the next level. And dabblers don't ever do that. They like to dabble. So every time they go, this is not for me because I'm not growing anymore. So they change. They do something else and they change. They take another job. They take another this. They're always doing something different. Those people are dabblers. They never get great. They never, ever get great. You might be at that plateau right now. Then the question is, you need to find more. You're not doing enough. And last but not least, you got to always have fun. Have fun. You're not having fun anymore. You're not having fun anymore. And having fun doesn't mean hanging with the people at the bottom of the mountain. Have fun with the people at the top of the mountain. There are other things you can do. Learn to have fun. Don't ever forget that. If you're not having fun, you're not going to love it. And if you're not loving it, you're not going to grow. That's all I got today. But if you're in that slump, you can come out of that slump if you just do these things I told you. All right? My name is Antonio Johnson. I'm excited about life. I'm going to see you at the top. You know why? Because you're watching my videos. And if you're watching my videos, you're serious about the game. Because you know I've been doing these videos for a long time. I didn't just start this yesterday. All right? Let's get to the top. Let's market this product. Let's find these yeses. You can't tell me that you can talk to 150 people a day and you can't find one yes. You got to learn to find yes. It's always in the building somewhere. Know that. Get excited about that. Go get the yes. Go get it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Y'all take it easy.